still do not know why they left their cities.
I came across this video as I was scrolling through TikTok, and it got me thinking about a vision that I had about a year ago. It was actually around this time because I was tuning into the energy of the ancestors, and I was learning about the Mayans and the Aztecs. Now, in this vision, I remember I was walking through a field of maize or cornfield, and I was walking, but I wasn't me. I was a Mayan men, and I remember that there were like 4 different paths, and all the 4 paths led to the center of, I don't know if it was a village or what it was, but in the center I could see a chief talking to an extraterrestrial being, and I believe that this was actually a Pleiadian being. And as I was approaching and I got to where the men were, I remember they both just looked at me. They were staring at me, and the Pleiadian being, he was also a man. He looked at me and he smiled. And as I saw the smile, I guess I smiled back, I don't know. And then what I did is I actually went to the right, and there was another path. And as I was walking down that path, I remember I could see a pyramid. I think it was like golden, or there was like gold. Beside the pyramid, I could see a spaceship. And so I think I was going to the pyramid, but I saw the spaceship, and then I was like, nah, I'm gonna go to the spaceship. As soon as I got into the spaceship, I shapeshifted and I became a Pleiadian being. Now, the Mayan collective completely disappeared. We have no idea what happened to them, but what I was able to feel, or what I connected to, what I felt is that this collective actually ascended. The Mayans were very conscious, and what was going on in the vision that I had, I do feel that during that time, the Mayans were having conversations with the galactic nations to kind of prepare or strategize as to how they were going to exit the planet. Everything that I share here is simply my perspective, so please do take everything with a grain of salt. I have done several past life regression meditations to kind of understand my journey on this planet, because I know that I haven't been human a lot of times, or perhaps at all. I don't feel that connection to this earth, but I do feel a deep, soulful, energetic connection to humanity, to this planet. And so what I did to try to understand this connection is go back in time to kind of trace where I've been. During one of the meditations, I saw myself as an Indigenous woman. I was walking through this field of like yellow grass, and I saw a chief, and he was standing in front of this village. I could see a lot of teepees. The chief, he just opened his arms and he welcomed me, he hugged me. And I remember I looked at him and I asked, "Who am I?" He pointed to the stars and he says, "You come from the stars." He also told me, "Everything you wish to know, you already know. It's all just a matter of remembering." And personally, I have a very strong connection with the Indigenous people, and what I have been able to understand is that I was here not as a human during the time, the Indigenous people kind of were all over the land. I came here as an extraterrestrial being to exchange energy, to exchange information as well. And so I believe that I was also here as a Pleiadian extraterrestrial with the Essenes during the time of Jesus. Now, I'm not sharing this out of ego or because I want to be seen as something greater than you or greater than anything. No, I am sharing this because I believe that a lot of you watching and were here also exchanging information. You were extraterrestrial beings that infiltrated those collectives. And this is so beautiful because the extraterrestrial beings did not see the Indigenous people as savages or as less than. We actually came here to exchange information, to teach them new things, but also to learn from them. The Indigenous people were so spiritual, so heart-centered. They were so connected to the mother. And I really believe that once some of those Indigenous collectives reached a level of consciousness that would allow them to interact freely, openly with those extraterrestrial collectives, extraterrestrial councils and galactic star nations, they were welcomed into the councils, into the galactic federations, because they had a higher level of understanding of not life on this planet, but life outside of this planet, life in the universe. And it's like a lot of people see Earth and they think, oh, we're just in poison. It's like, no, there is so much beauty within this planet. It is the intention of the Galactic Federation to have the Earth join the Federation and to interact openly, but we can't because we are not at a level of awareness that allows us to do that mindfully and consciously. So we were coming in here to kind of, test the waters and kind of interact with humanity, to have that for ourselves, have that be a lesson for ourselves, but also to expedite the communion or the union of forces.